Hey everybody! I know I said I'd take a break till the 22nd of December, but the thing is I'm procrastinating at the moment. I should be studying for my exams, but you know when you have those huge exams and you just can't bring yourself to do anything for them. Also, I just got my 1000th subscriber, which is really exciting, even though maybe after this video a few of you will unsubscribe, which is also fine. I just thought it's really exciting, like it's a milestone. It means that 1,000 people want to learn Swiss German or are interested in Switzerland, and that's really cool. So what I'll do today, because I do not have a lot of time to prepare, a lot of you have asked me to explain this whole diagnostic situation in Switzerland a little bit better, because you don't really understand when we speak Swiss German or when we speak German, if we speak German at all, and how we speak German when we speak it. So I'll try to do that. I will also read a short text in High German again, and then in the way that we would read it or say it in Standard German in Switzerland, and then I will translate it into Swiss German. It is funny actually, because High German is one of the 4 official languages in Switzerland, right? But nobody actually speaks it. I mean, not naturally. We have it in the media, we have it in the news, you know, when you read the newspaper. If it's an official, you know, we have the small little newspapers, local newspapers, which are sometimes written in Swiss German, but usually the big newspapers or the normal newspapers, I don't know what to call it, are always in High German. Even the news on TV are usually, well, it's actually mixed. We have those channels which are Swiss German, like Tele Zürich, where they speak Swiss German, and then we have other channels which, well, people speak High German if they're speaking to people from Germany, but if they're speaking to other Swiss Germans, then they speak Swiss German. And even on the radio, we have a lot of stations which are Swiss German, and they just speak Swiss German, not High German. So it really depends, and I can just say that normally nobody who is not German or partly German would speak German. It's just unnatural to us. The thing is, at school and at university, in all classes which are held in German, you speak High German. The material that is taught is in High German, and you speak High German. However, most of us, when we do speak High German, we do not speak in an High German accent. What that means is that we have a standard High German, Swiss High German. You will see afterwards when I read. And I can't speak for everybody in Switzerland, but everybody I know, everybody I have class with, whenever we have a presentation, we do not speak in a High German accent. And that causes problems sometimes, because a lot of German people think that Swiss people cannot speak High German because they hear us speak in that Swiss standard High German dialect or accent, basically. But that's just because we prefer it that way. It sounds really unnatural to us if we have to speak it in a... We can do it, but we don't like to do it if we have to speak in a actual German accent. It would be like if you're forced, if you, for example, speak in... If you have an Australian dialect and you're forced to just speak in an American or in a really British accent. So it is really just incredibly unnatural to us. We would not speak it, or we would not speak in that accent. I'm sorry, I just noticed in the mirror that the background is horrible. I'm so sorry about this. Somebody must have taken a shower and not put the towels up properly. So yes, the text which I've chosen is actually apart from a Harry Potter script. It's from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and it's from chapter 21 called The House Elf Liberation Front. The thing is, I can't find my English copy. I have all the books in German and in English, and I can't find the English copy. I don't know. It's a paragraph where, or just the part where, and I love this. I've chosen this part because it's my absolute most favorite part in all the Harry Potter books. It's where Rita Kimmkorn, or no, she's called something else, right? I think she's called Rita Skeeter in the English version. It's Rita Kimmkorn in the German version, where she mixes up, what are they called in English? Blast-ended scoots with bang-ended scoots. And in German, it's it just makes me laugh every time. I cannot even say it. They are called Knallrümpfige Kröter, But she says, sorry, she says Knallsüchtige Tröter. And I don't know why that's so hilarious to me, but it makes me laugh so much every time I read it. So I'll read it in German first, then I'll read it in the standard Swiss High German way, and then I have translated it into Swiss German so that you actually see the differences. So let's start. I'm beginning with when Hagrid says, "This is my second year," in English. Das ist erst mein zweites Jahr, sagte Hagrid. Wunderbar, wären Sie vielleicht bereit, mir ein Interview zu geben? Ein wenig von Ihren Erfahrungen mit magischen Geschöpfen zu erzählen? Der Tagesprophet hat jeden Mittwoch eine Heimtierseite, wie Sie sicher wissen. Wir könnten was über diese knallsüchtigen Tröter bringen. Knallrümpfige Kröter, sagte Hagrid beflissen. Ja, warum nicht? Harry schwante gar nichts Gutes, doch er konnte sich Hagrid nicht bemerkbar machen, ohne dass es Rita Kimmkorn mitbekam. Und so musste er schweigend zusehen, wie Hagrid und Rita sich für Ende der Woche zu einem richtig ausführlichen Interview in den Drei Besen verabredeten. Dann läutete oben im Schloss die Glocke und verkündete das Ende der Stunde. »Gut denn, auf Wiedersehen, Harry«, rief ihm Rita Kimmkorn vergnügt zu, als er sich mit Ron und Hermine auf den Weg machte. »Bis Freitagabend an Hagrid.« »Sie wird ihm die Worte im Mund umdrehen«, sagte Harry mit gedämpfter Stimme. I will now read it in the standard Swiss High German way. »Das ist erst mein zweites Jahr«, sagte Hagrid. »Wunderbar, wären Sie vielleicht bereit, mir ein Interview zu geben? Ein wenig von Ihren Erfahrungen mit magischen Geschöpfen zu erzählen? Der Tagesprophet hat jeden Mittwoch eine Heimtierseite, wie Sie sicher wissen. Wir könnten was über diese knallsüchtigen Tröter bringen.« »Knallrümpfige Kröter«, sagte Hagrid beflissen. Ja, warum nicht? Harry schwante gar nichts Gutes, doch er konnte sich Hagrid nicht bemerkbar machen, ohne dass es Rita Kimmkorn mitbekam. Und so musste er schweigend zusehen, wie Hagrid und Rita sich für Ende der Woche zu einem richtig ausführlichen Interview in den Drei Besen verabredeten. Dann läutete oben im Schloss die Glocke und verkündete das Ende der Stunde. »Gut denn, auf Wiedersehen, Harry«, rief ihm Rita Kimmkorn vergnügt zu, als er sich mit Ron und Hermine auf den Weg machte. »Bis Freitagabend an Hagrid.« »Sie wird ihm die Worte im Mund umdrehen«, sagte Harry mit gedämpfter Stimme. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but for me it is much easier and feels much more natural to read in the way I just read. I don't stumble over words like I sometimes do when I read in, my high German accent, because it's just natural. It's like if you can actually do a British or an American or an Australian, depending on what is not your natural accent, if you can do that kind of accent, even if you can do it, you know how straining or how difficult it sometimes is to keep it up and to just read in that way. It's the same for us in Switzerland. It just feels really unnatural. And now I'll read the whole thing in Swiss German. Das ist erst mein zweites Jahr, hat der Hagrid gesagt. Wunderbar, wären Sie vielleicht dazu bereit, mir ein Interview zu geben? Ein bisschen von Ihren Erfahrungen mit magischen Geschöpfen zu erzählen? Der Tagesprophet hat jeden Mittwoch eine Heimtierseite, wie Sie sicher wissen. Wir könnten etwas über die knallsüchtigen Tröter bringen. Knallrümpfige Kröter, hat der Hagrid beflissen gesagt. Ja, wieso nicht? Am Harry hat gar nichts Gutes geschwant, aber er hat sich am Hagrid nicht bemerkbar machen, ohne dass es Rita mitbekommen hätte. Und so hat er schweigend zuschauen, wie der Hagrid und Rita sich für am Ende der Woche zu einem ausführlichen Interview in den Drei Besen verabredet haben. Dann hat oben im Schloss die Glocke geläutet und das Ende der Stunde verkündet. Gut dann, auf Wiedersehen, Harry, hat ihm Rita vergnügt zugerufen, wo er sich mit dem Ron und der Hermine auf den Weg gemacht hat. Bis am Freitagabend dann Hagrid. Sie tut ihm die Wörter im Maul umdrehen, hat der Harry mit einer gedämpften Stimme gesagt. As you can tell, it's quite different from High German. The main differences which I like to point out again is that in Swiss German there is no simple past. So in German, in the German text which I read, we found sagte Harry, for example, which means said Harry. In Swiss German it is hat er gesagt. So there is no simple past. It's always past perfect, or it's kind of constructed like past perfect, but obviously it doesn't have the same meaning as past perfect in English. Also in the last sentence where we have the wird construction in German, which is used to imply the future, wird machen, for example, he will do. Even in English you have the will or is going to, and those different future constructions. We do not have the future tense in Swiss German, so I kind of had to change it, and I translated it as Sie tut dem Wörter im Maul umdrehen. Within the context, I mean, this is just a present sentence, but within the context you know that it refers to the future. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, before every name, for example, Hagrid, there's an article. Der Hagrid, der Harry, Hermine, Rita, and so on. Because in Swiss German you always use an article. You know, if you want to say Harry did this and that, you would say that Harry, or you would just use an article before. Not, of course, not when you talk to somebody directly. Auf Wiedersehen, Harry. So bye, Harry. You would not say bye and then use an article. But just if you want to say him or her did this and that, and then you have to add the article before the name. I mean, those are the main differences, and then obviously you have different words. That's basically it. I hope this helped. I hope this helped you kind of hear the difference between all three types of German. And yes, I'll talk to you after the 22nd of December. Wish me luck for my exams. Bye, guys.